Joe Miller here for Tenacity Boxing TV in association with Tenacity Boxing. I'm joined by undefeated pro Maisy Rose Courtney. How you doing, Maisy?
I'm all good. How are you?
I'm very good. How's the drive to Cardiff?
It's all right. It's not too bad. Left a little bit late, but get there when we get there. Go
How long
support
does
Joe.
how long does it take?
About 2.5 hours. It ain't too bad, to be honest.
Nah, it's all right. Yeah, going to support teammate Joe Cordina. How's he been looking in camp?
He's been looking good. Very, very good. He's probably like the most talented boxer I've ever seen, to be honest. So I'm excited to see him go 2 times world champ.
Do you expect a big performance?
Of course. Of course. Last time he had a big performance. He knocked out someone that people didn't think he could beat. Do you know what I mean? So now, yeah, big performance.
Let's talk more about you. You were recently over our neck of the woods, actually, in Newcastle. How did you assess your performance?
It was all right. I was a little bit harsh on myself after my fight. I always am, you know, like I'm my biggest self-critic, but it's okay. 4 rounders, they're shit. But yeah, we're going to 6 rounds next fight, and yeah, hopefully a better performance then.
How did you find Newcastle?
Shit on.
Oh.
I'm joking. It was all right. It's good. It's the only time I've ever been in Newcastle was to box in the ABAs once, and then I went up there, boxed, then come home. I didn't spend time there, do you know? So it's nice to spend time. It's a little bit different to London. It's all a bit old and all like buildings are all old and that. So it's quite nice.
Did you get yourself out? Like, did you go around the town centre?
Yeah, I went out afterwards. My mate loves Geordie Shore, yeah. So we just went wherever she was telling me to go. And it was actually all right. It's all like the Freshers Week and something like that. So it's quite fun.
The nightlife's good. Like, did you go on a night out to celebrate your win or not?
Yeah, I don't do none of that.
No, strictly professional these days.
Yeah, completely.
That's not what John said in the amateurs. Like,
John don't know nothing.
So let's talk about your amateur days. Obviously, being at Repton, very prestigious club, and training alongside the likes of Caroline Dubois. What was it like being a part of like that Repton team?
I'm very lucky to be part of Repton when I was part of them. Do you know, like I had the best amateurs around me when I was at the club. So like Dennis McCann, Caroline, Adan, Ginny Sains. Do you know, like we all grew up together, winning national titles together, and now we've all turned pro. Well, apart from Jimmy, we've all turned pro and smashing in pro game together. Do you know, yeah, very lucky to be in that good environment.
How many fights did you have as an amateur?
I had 30-something.
How many dubs?
How many dubs? What is that, losses? I think I lost like 6.
W? 6.
Oh, how many Ws? I think I lost 6. Yeah, lost 6.
So did you go into any ABAs, any box cups? Lost no internationals?
I've been in 10. I've been in 10 national finals. I've lost 4 times in national finals. So I've won 6 golds, 4 silvers, and then a few dodgy home shows and stuff like that.
Yeah. So do you think that amateur record holds you in good stead for the pros, that experience you gained? Or do you not think it makes much of a difference?
The thing is, with females, it's quite difficult because there's not a lot of us, you know, even in the pro game, there's not a lot of us. So I ended up boxing like the same people like 5 times, you know, and it's quite hard to build up, unless you box it internationally and box in GB and stuff like that, it's quite hard to build up a pedigree in the amateurs to then take you on to the pros. But even if you do that, it's not going to build you up. It's totally different sport. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, I think in terms of men's boxing, like the depth amongst the levels, even in women's pro boxing, it's quite thin, isn't it? So do you think you're going to have to speed your career up and go through the levels quickly compared to say a man would?
Yeah, absolutely. Like we're already in talks for sorting out a British title fight. You know, I've only had 2 fights, and in a male pro boxing career, you wouldn't have that chat until 3 years down the line. So I'm expecting like a quick start or a quick career, not a quick career, but a quick like step up in my career. But it's nothing that we're not ready for.
Yeah. Well, recently you just announced that you'll be on the undercard of Katie Taylor, Chantel Cameron. How buzzing you to be on such a big woman's card?
I'm lucky. I'm lucky to say that in my 3 pro fights, that 2 of them have been under and like in the undercard of Katie Taylor.
Yeah.
Buzzing to be able to get that spot because I know people are fighting for it. But yeah, ready to go. You got 4.5 weeks, and yeah.
Is that where you want to reach, like the peak of the likes of Katie Taylor, what she's went on to do? Is that where you want to be in a few years' time?
Yeah, even more so, hopefully.
Even more.
Yeah, dream big and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like you. I like your thinking. So yeah, what's obviously been under Repton in the amateurs, which is a great club, and now under Tony Sims and Kevin Mitchell in a gym that's absolutely thriving at the minute, full of world class talent. How's that been? Like training alongside world class fighters day in day out, and do you think it's like sped up your progression as to what it would if you went to another gym?
The way we train down there, it's if you wasn't like your progression wasn't like sped up, then you're doing something wrong. You know, I'm constantly around world class coaches, world class boxers, and everyone's always in a camp at one moment in time. So we're always training like we're in camp, we're always training like we're fighting for a world title. And the way Tony and Kev has planned out the whole training sessions and all of that, it's for you to be elite. Does that make sense? So, but yeah, I'm very lucky to be able to say that I box out of that gym, because same as the Repton, people used to fight to get into that gym, and I'd say that I'm boxing out of that gym. It's crazy to me, to be honest.
Yeah. Couple of questions of like, for your stablemate, who do you think's the most talented in the gym?
Most talented?
Yeah.
Oh, most naturally talented.
Let's go natural talent. Yeah.
Natural talent, Joe Cordina, 100%. The way he moves, it's you can't have that naturally. You can have that naturally, but you can't train to have that. Do you know what I mean? He's 100% the most natural talented. Yeah.
And another question, we'll go down a different route this time. Who's the funniest in the stable?
Oh, the funniest in the stable. Everyone's quite funny, to be honest. I'd say Kevin Mitchell, he's up there. He does my head in so much. Yeah, I can't stand the geezer half the time, but I absolutely love him. Like, he is so funny, and he really makes the gym an environment you want to be in, because otherwise it gets quite doom and gloom when everyone's like upset or sad, whatever, like training hard. Kevin Mitchell's up there. Everyone's quite funny, to be honest. They're all funny fuckers.
Well, you can't lick everyone's ass, like, but
yeah, I can't lick everyone's ass, though.
So will you be watching the Tank Garcia fight? It'll be on early hours Sunday morning.
If I ain't a kip, then yeah, hopefully.
Who do you see winning that fight?
I don't know. I think Tank. The thing is, though, with Tank, he's got that dog inside of him. You know, he's got that hardcore mentality. Whereas Ryan's a little bit too much of a pretty boy. But I don't know. I'm not too sure.
So you're going to sit on the fence, and you're not going to give us a prediction.
I'd say Tank's going to knock him out, maybe.
Yeah. Funny enough, actually, just going on to Kevin Mitchell. I was sat next to him. Do you know the press conference in Newcastle?
Yeah.
I was
I was doing.
Yeah, the way you were up there, and did he come down with you?
Yeah.
Well, I was sat down, and he come and sat down next to us. I was a bit starstruck at first. And then he was like, all right, lads. And I was like, all right, mate, how you doing? And then and he started talking, but I couldn't understand a word he was saying because of like the thick southern accent. It was really bad.
No, but the thing is, even I can't understand the words Kevin's saying. You're not alone.
So he's a one-off.
Yeah, he's the one-off.
In terms of the accent.
Yeah, he's the one-off.
Well, yeah, I think that's all. Thanks for coming on and talking to us. And best of luck.
About me being overweight in the amateurs now, like you said.
Right, okay. We've got a question from John Stubbs. Is he your old England coach? And
no.
John asks, did you stay in good shape as an amateur?
The God's honest truth, absolutely not.
And why is that?
Because I just used to love eating chocolate and crisps too much. Like, but we all used to do it. Listen, we all used to do it, and he knows
how many finals did you win? 6 finals.
Yeah.
You could have won the other 4 if you didn't eat chocolate. Do you know how to think of it like that? Yeah.
No, I don't know, but we all used to do it. I remember we used to be on the England camps. Yeah, all of us girls, yeah. We all used to be overweight or whatever, and there used to be these like little pots in the telly, yeah. And he used to be like, oh, if we eat this, we're going to put on 0.3. But if we eat a banana, we're going to put on 0.4. So we ate the lots of like the pots of Nutella instead. It just makes sense. Do you know what I mean? And I just carried on doing it. Yeah. Don't tell anyone that though. Don't tell my like strength conditioning that I used to do that.
Your England coach knows, so it mustn't have been that much of a secret back then.
Yeah, I don't know how he knows.
What was John like? Was he a good lad?
Yeah, he's good. He's a very good coach. He's talented, you know, because he the way he coaches, it's good. It gets you to listen to him, and that's something that a lot of coaches lack. Like getting a boxer to listen to them, even when you're in the corner of them. Even if they're losing and you're in the corner of them, keeps it calm, and you're able to listen to him and like take on his guidance. So yeah. I take my hat off to him. He's doing well. He's doing very, very well.
He'd be loving hearing that. So were you in the England setup long?
Yeah, I think I got on the England team like 2016 or something, when I was just a baby after the nationals.
And do you think it benefited your development?
Yeah, it was so much fun. It's the best thing I've ever done in my whole boxing career, to be honest, up until now. Yeah, loved it.
Right, thanks for coming on, Maisy Rose Courtney. Enjoy the rest of your trip to Cardiff, and good luck for your next fight as well.
Thank you very much.
You'll have to impress, won't you?
Hope so.
Yeah, so that's going to be 6 rounds.
That's it. 6 rounds, 20th of May, Dublin, against Kate Madonska, an Irish girl. So yeah, it's a good step up, to be honest. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, all the best.
Cool. Thank you. KO in the 4th round.
Nice one.
Yeah. Go on, see you later.